Hello everyone and welcome to the Uvumbuzi Africa offices here in Nairobi. I am welcoming a very special guest today in the studio. Nyashinski, karibu sana.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for making time to come and talk to us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Let's go to the Marathon Runner song. Just tell us what was the inspiration behind it. I mean, run us through that creative process.
It's just life, you know. That we did the song in Eldoret actually. That's why the song actually came to. The conception of the whole thing happened. I was thinking how much, you know, your whole life is like a marathon. It's not a sprint. You know, you need to live your life knowing there's some things that you need to be patient for, you know, and some of those things are the sweetest. At the same time, the first line of the song is "Umesheze basic nikakeshiko promise."
Yes.
You know, I wanted to completely, like, just from the first line, destroy the notion of people thinking, since it's a marathon, let me not live life.
Exactly.
So it's like if you max out every single day of your life, no sishi basic, una max out, get involved, do stuff,
Exactly.
use your brain, use your mind, think, help people, you know. If you can be maxed out in your living every day, you know, that's what Kipchoge does. You know, I was telling you earlier, his pace for running a marathon is the max for some of us.
Exactly.
You know, but that's what he runs the whole marathon. That's his
Consistency.
speed. Consistently, he's running that fast. For that one.
Personal questions, deep, eh?
It's okay.
What marathon personally do you think you've been, you know, running?
I think for me the best example I can give is I'd say my music, because I've been in it for a long time, and it's been a long journey. There's been many chances to say, you know, enough is enough, I want to quit. And that's just the same, like a marathon. It's a long, it's 42K?
Yeah, I think that's
42K?
Yeah.
So the whole
That's a full
42K, there's a chance your mind will play tricks on you. That whole time, there'll be a time you'll be thinking, man, is this really worth it?
I just feel like giving up.
So I can say music for me has been a personal marathon.
What does conservation mean to you? When you hear the word conservation, what does it mean to you?
Conservation to me means taking care of animals, protecting animals, protecting wildlife. I love animals, you know, both domestic and wild. Like one of the highlights of my year last year was getting to actually see a kangaroo with my own eyes.
Really?
Yeah, and travel and it happened.
Yeah.
So for me, animals are something that's very close to my heart, and when I hear conservation, it makes me happy and it makes me sad, because I feel like it should not be a thing. It should be obvious. You know, it's like if we're doing a program for breathing.
Exactly, it should just come naturally.
It should be natural for everyone to feel like we need to conserve. But of course, there's many backstories as to why we end up there. But that's what I think about.
What role do you think young Kenyans especially can play in conservation issues?
Pressure.
Opportunities, yeah.
Pressure, you know, like I was telling you up there, we this generation that's now coming into prosperity and power right now is a generation of action. So once they have the information and they own it and they see that this is ours, this is our wealth, this is our thing being taken advantage of by someone somewhere. Once that happens and that switch is turned on, is when you start to see change in the way people think, in the way people address certain issues, in the way people vote, you know, in the things people talk about, the things that are at the top of your conversations. You know, it moves away from trivial things to important things like this because of communication and awareness and inclusion. So older generations need to do better in inclusion, bringing these people in and saying, hey, this is your thing.
Exactly.
You know?
This conservation efforts, you know,
Absolutely.
we need to change the
Yep.
way of operating. Yeah.
But the youth need to own it. We need to own it. Lazima hii kitu si ya watu wazee ama watu wadosi, ni ya everyone. Now after everyone, you know, when you start, the more information you start getting, you start realizing, man, I wish I'd joined earlier because this is imeharibika so much. Kwa sasa kuirekebisha when it's too far gone, it's even a harder process.
Yeah, it's a tedious process.
So if we can get involved early, right now.
What part do you think you personally can play in conservation issues? Or
I think as an artist, as a person of influence, there's obviously awareness, talking about it, being involved, donating if I can. But also the message, breaking down the message in a way that is, it's not something that's so mysterious, because I'm a relatable guy to the people. So if people see me and they see me involved in something like this, they're like, okay, what's happening?
Yeah.
How come?
Yeah.
Alafu mimi naachanua na okay, hii kitu ni rahisi by then, hii kitu tunafaa kuiona. This is what we're supposed to do. So that's where I come in. At the same time, if I have an opportunity to walk in some of these doors and talk to these bosses, right? I have a chance to say what my side of the world is saying.
Yeah.
Streets zinasemaje. To feel involved, to feel kama I feel like there can be more communication from Lewa to the people. So on and so forth.
Creating that link.
Creating that, just being the conduit between the two.
Yeah.
And obviously leading by example. You're a leader, you're a role model. Whether you like it or not. So I can't be out there doing things that like harming animals and stuff like that.
Yeah. One of our principles is integrity. We're really, on that whole maintaining integrity in whatever we do. And the quality of your work and how your career has developed and all that, have you been able to maintain integrity not only as a person but also in the standard of the quality of the work that you do and be consistent with it?
I think teamwork is one of the main things that is not talked about enough when it comes to that. It can get tricky along the way because you're experiencing new things. You're fast to experience some things in some cases. There's no one to call for advice.
That's true.
Sometimes there is. But if you have a good team around you, I think that and having just a grounded lifestyle will maintain your integrity. There are things that you might want to do, but your team will bring you in and tell you, okay,
so
are you sure?
Sense, right?
Yeah. Or sometimes you might feel something is not you, and if you actually speak out, guys will be like, and then even me, I was feeling
some type of way about it.
So that helps too. Also having a moral compass is key. I don't know what you believe in, but just having a moral compass is good for you. You need to have a conscience in your decisions. Don't just do everything for money.
Yeah. Do you ever consider becoming a conservation ambassador?
Yes, I would. I'm passionate about animals. I have a voice and I want to use it for the right things. So I think that would be a perfect marriage. And also want to live an environment. I want to live a Kenya that's good for the generations that are coming. So anything I can do to make that dream come true, to make that a reality, within my principles, I think I'd love to try. And this is definitely one of them.
Awesome. Yeah.
So I love animals. Obviously, I've said that 100 times. And I had a chance to visit the giraffe center recently. And I had an awesome experience feeding a giraffe.
Did you do the mouth thing?
I did. I did. Very, very good. That was pre-corona though. So people were more free. People were more free at that time. But right now, I don't think you can. But that was just a very, very awesome experience. Like you actually look at the animal and just fall in love.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, the time is so. It was just an awesome experience.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones anytime I want to talk about a dope experience with wildlife, that's one of them. I know people do crazier things like sit in the same cage with a lion or something. I don't think I'm there yet, personally, but hopefully one day.
So how would you feel about, taking one of these trips, like to the Masai Mara and getting some inspiration to write something?
I would love it.
You think you might be inspired?
Nature, it's funny because every time we go in to do a new project, we usually try to go somewhere where we can be surrounded by nature.
Yeah.
And so for me to actually do this I think it would be very inspiring. I think I'd get some dope melodies from that for sure.
Yeah. We've always, sometimes we just blast that song when we're feeling a bit off, especially when we're a bit off in the office, and we're just like, that song is just amazing. What was the inspiration behind it? And, walk us through that.
To be honest, that song just came the way it is. Mungu Peke. You're talking about
Mungu Peke.
It just, sometimes I always tell this story. Sometimes when you're writing a song, you really struggle and you're thinking of a line, meaning, and it can take even days, even weeks, even months. But that song in 4-5 hours, the whole song was so clear in my head. All the melodies, meaning, it was so clear in my head, and that's why I always say I feel like I was just a vessel. It's just that I was chosen to deliver it, but it could have been anyone.
Yeah. That's deep.
As long as it was out there with the people.